Okay, today is January the 29th, 2016. We're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and currently at 9 a.m. we have a barometric pressure of 30.04, got a temperature of 53 degrees, relative humidity is 45%, and the dew point is 32 degrees. And the pressure today is slightly lower than yesterday. We had last night we had 30.05 on the barometer, and then yesterday morning we had 30.09 on the barometer. So the pressure is dropping slightly. Now, yesterday morning we had very low humidity at this time. It was right around 17% at 9:40 yesterday morning. And then last night the humidity had raised up to around 39%. And right now, as I say, it's 45%. So we do have a forecast for rain on Sunday. They're talking about an inch of rain, and we'll just have to see that to believe it. There's still all sorts of high pressure indicated on the surface analysis map all through the west coast. That's not having much effect up here, but down in the southern part of California, that pressure and those chemtrails have a lot of effect. That's stopping the rain in our region. The chemtrails up in the northern areas of California, Oregon, and Washington don't have the same effect as they do down in Southern California, but we'll show you those. They're spraying up in Washington offshore and also right over Oregon. We'll take a look at the MODIS Today map here in a second. Okay, here's the infrared loop. You can see that a strong jet stream flow moving right into Northern California and Oregon. We have a second storm system. This is a gale force storm. This will be dropping down. We have high pressure, an interesting feature. Let's go back to the other map here. We have an interesting feature right here. This is high pressure being installed by a transmitter, and that is going to separate this storm front, this moisture field, from getting caught in this high-speed jet stream flow moving right into California and Oregon. That's a common feature. They want to keep these separated, and that's how they're doing it. They're just basically boring a hole right in that moisture field right here, and that will keep these two separated. All right, here is the infrared loop. See that high-speed moisture field right into the state. Here is the western U.S. water vapor loop. We get an idea of the size of this storm. This is a very large storm system. And the surface analysis map is indicating an occluded front right here in the core of that system. Now that would indicate that there is heat overtaking this cold front, a warm front overtaking the cold front. And this is obviously a transmitter applying heat to this core. We can see that. That is engineered to weaken the system as it moves onshore. This is a gigantic system. Most of these systems are these days. And they weaken them by focusing the transmitters right on top of the core, and that will weaken the pressure over the next couple of days. In fact, we can see some clockwise activity right here, and that's what descending air will do. That will create clockwise rotation inside the counterclockwise spinning storm system. All right, let's look at the this is the infrared loop. And we can see that the intensity of this system here, this is a lot of rain and snow. Okay, let's take a look at the jet stream map. We only have half a map today, but we do see that there's high velocity air moving in on the center of that this flow right here. We have 150 knot winds right in the center of that flow. And we do have an interruption here. That's from the high pressure. Let's take a look at the surface analysis map next. And we see that all these highs are still parked in place all up and down the west coast, up into Canada. High pressure all through here. This is offshore. And that's going to have an effect on all of this weather out here. We've got some high pressure indicated here between these two systems. Okay, let's take a look at this is the sea level pressure, same thing. We've got a pocket of high pressure all through here and a pocket of high pressure here, and a slight lower pressure indicated down in this channel right here. We do have, like I say, rain for Sunday. We'll have to see how that actually shakes out. May not happen. All right, here's the 500 millibar. We have a clean shot here. Everything's moving right in on the jet stream. We have low pressure indicated here. This is the center of that weak upper level low pressure that had a heart transmitter on it right here. It kept heat on that, and that is never developed into anything, but it's just indicated as a low right down there. Let's take a look at the 300 millibar, and we see area of low pressure down here, and storm system up here. Okay, here is yesterday's MODIS Today map. This is the True Color satellite showing the aerosol activity going on yesterday. We can see these vertical, this is where they were spraying offshore. Now we've got actually two maps here. We've got a seam right along here, and that's where they spliced together these two maps at different times. This map on the right was not taken at the same time as this map, and so we can't see what was happening over the Los Angeles area right here. But around 1:30, 1 o'clock to 1:30, we started seeing natural clouds right over the San Gabriel Mountains right out along here. And as soon as that happened, within 1 hour, we saw the jets, and they were just spraying every which way. And these jets don't fly commercial airline routes, and so that's an obvious giveaway. They're flying so high that we can't hear their engines. Normal jet airline traffic has to follow very specific departure and arrival routes in and out of LA, because we've got several major airports. We've got LAX, we've got Orange County, Ontario, Burbank, and Palmdale Airport. All of these airports are handling a lot of traffic, and the flight paths are very well defined, very specific. And these chemtrail jets, as I say, they just fly anywhere they want because they're up at 40 to 45,000 feet, and they are in military airspace. They can fly anywhere they want. That's the one of the strong pieces of evidence that we cannot overlook. These jets are spraying chemicals, number one, and number two, they're flying in separate airspace. Airspace that's controlled by the military, and they're not flying any particular patterns. All right, now let's take a look at the, this is up near Washington and Oregon, and we can see that offshore, we're looking just offshore of, pan around here and get some bearings. This is Washington. Here's the Canadian border right here. Just pan down, we can see all sorts of aerosols all through here. These are being sprayed right over the top of that incoming storm system. You can see trails all over the place right here. They're just running every which way. There's no rhyme or reason or pattern to it. All right, so this is Washington and Oregon yesterday. Today's maps are not prepared yet, so we're looking at yesterday's maps. But we can see that the natural clouds are the brilliant white. That is, these are natural clouds, the white stuff. And this off-white stuff is the chemtrail mix. Okay, so it's pretty easy to determine. Very, very easy. If you've got good eyes, or just average eyes, you can easily discern between these two colors. This is off-white. This is chemtrail stuff right here. It's not hard to see. And of course, the particular timing of their spraying activities is the other giveaway. That's how that's what caught my attention and got me drawn into this whole thing. 5 or 6 years ago, I would have told you that you were a kook if you were started telling me about chemtrails. But this is real and it's going on. I made it my business to find out. I was curious enough to look into this in some detail, and I've proven it out. This is not tinfoil hat stuff. This is really going on. And we're looking right at it. Here's some more right here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's the report for today. and we'll do another update later on if necessary. If not, we'll do one tomorrow. Okay, that's it.